or you clicked on the video. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. But now I need you to hit that subscribe button, and I need you to ring that bell so you can get notifications for when we post videos. And I need you to smash that like button. Clearly, I got way too animated, but I need you to smash that like button so we can see how far we can really take this video. We appreciate you. Enjoy the content. Let's do our press play. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to hit you, as DJ Khaled would say, with another one.
I didn't like your tone when you did it.
How should it have been?
DJ Khaled, he does like another one. That's how he does it. Another one. Special cloth alert. Another one. I so badly want to steal that from Khaled. Special cloth alert. It doesn't mean anything, right? It's just like the cool shit that rappers say.
Fucking fire.
Special cloth alert.
Yo,
it's like, damn, I want that special cloth.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get into the Mandalorian. Now, we already did a press play on the first episode of the series by Disney Plus. But we are going to talk about some of these other episodes that have transpired. Now we could do it individually, or we could just do it all at once. Let's just do it all at once, since we're both fucking tired. It's late at night, and it is hump day. It's Wednesday.
Hump day. That was a great commercial.
It was a great commercial, but probably the most annoying because everybody tried to recreate it.
Yeah,
and for like 2 years straight, it was just
the people who weren't like this. Oof. That commercial opened up the door to like people in the office, who weren't funny. No one really liked. To now try and join the
reason
why
I'm laughing is because that could not be. There has not been a truer statement in human history than what you just said.
No one likes fucking Greg, but that commercial comes out, so now Greg is like,
thinks he's the man. Hump day.
It's like, fuck you, Greg. Fuck you.
Holy shit. All right, let's jump into the shits. So we got the Mandalorian episodes 2 or chapters through 2 through 4 so far. This is December 4th that we're discussing this, so I'm sure there will be new episodes later on, but this is where we are right now. Let's just jump into shits. What do we think about the plot of these 2 through 4 episodes? How do we feel about that?
So, we all know Boba Fett. I think he's one of the more beloved, one of the more intriguing characters in the ever expansive Star Wars universe, right?
Yeah.
I think this show, and again, going back to what we talked about with The Force Awakens, or maybe even Rogue One, where, it talks about different storylines outside of the Skywalker storyline, because there's so many intriguing characters. Boba Fett, a Mandalorian being one of them. Mm-hmm. This story is being told at like the perfect time, right? Mm-hmm. And I love the fact that this is not a movie, this is a show, so you can really see it episode by episode, moment by moment. So the story is going to get richer and richer. Mm-hmm. Again, I know it's easy to say that this is well timed, but this is really coming out at a great time in which we're getting the end of the Skywalker story with this upcoming movie, mm-hmm. but we still have so much rich story to tell, and The Mandalorian is a perfect example of that.
Yeah. I think everything you said was absolutely true, but speaking specifically about like the plot and the actual show, I don't know. I think it's kind of lacking a little bit. I'll be perfectly honest, because I think it seems like a series that looks like it might be from a different company, but still has the heart of Disney. Looks really good. Looks fantastic.
Aesthetically, it's beautiful. Yeah,
beautiful. The story, I don't know. I don't know where this is going. I don't know if it's and the reason why I can tell that, right? I think it's episode 4, the one with Gina
Carano.
Yeah. It started out with like this scene, and if I have to do this, fine. But spoiler alert, I guess, for anybody out there who's dumb enough to click on our fucking review for something and not expect spoilers,
not have watched it yet. Yeah.
The opening scene is with this lady. She's they live in a village. She's picking some shit, and then like the First Order or I don't know who the fuck it is at that point, but they start attacking, or maybe it's just like some like Freelanders from
I think it's just like
just savages from
another village.
Yeah. So they start attacking, yada yada. Where I knew it was getting soft was when her kid was screaming and she had to go get the kid, And there's just a moment where you're like, yo, that kid's done. That
Yeah.
kid's a goner.
Kid's
You're
gonna
like,
be
it's
dead.
about to happen. And no, she saves the kid. They're both fine. And I was just like, what the fuck, Disney? Like,
Yeah.
like I get it. Like, it's
Not
Disney.
gonna kill kids on Disney TV Plus.
But fuck, if there was ever an opportunity to, it was that. Like,
that'd have been a great opportunity.
that
to
would
kill
have
a kid.
sent it into this dark place. I was like, yeah, now we're getting there with
Yeah.
the Mandalorian. But it went to this like, everything's great in the world and nothing really. Like, if you think over like the last, like even from the first episode, what has happened that's like been like shocking outside of course, spoiler alert, Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
What's happened that's been like, oh my god, this is crazy?
So
Nothing.
Batman Begins, right? In my opinion, it wasn't like a great movie. It was really, really good. It opened up the Batman story to give us the Dark Knight and the Dark Knight Rises, right?
Sure.
So being just in the first 4 episodes, I think what we've been given thus far has been a very intriguing character. We haven't even seen Pedro Pascal's face yet under the helmet, but already the character is charming. He has character, right? He has background and a storyline that like you kind of want to follow. I do think, and I remember at the beginning of episode 4 when that battle happened, and again to your point, the kid didn't die. I think that would have been a good point to depart from the Star Wars storyline, which a lot of times is all sunshine and rainbows, right? And tell maybe a darker
Unless
story,
you're the
right?
Lars family, which I don't know if you remember them, but they're the family that was watching over Luke in the New Hope, where it's the
Yes.
person he stays with, and then he comes back. Yo, they
Everybody's
fried to
dead.
Chris.
Yeah.
Okay, it got a little dark when it comes to the Lars
Yeah.
family, but
But like here would have been an opportunity because like this huge Star Wars universe, right? And the Jedi, right? Is it the Jedis or not the First Order? They're the bad guys. Who are the good guys again?
the Jedi.
The Jedi.
Yeah.
Aren't they like called something? A different company.
The dark ones are called the Sith.
Yeah.
So you have the Jedi and the Sith that are
And the First Order, they're the
the
bad
First
guys,
Order.
right?
Just like is like the reincarnation of
I thought
like
the Jedis
the
were
Empire.
also called something else.
You
Like
got
the Jedi are
Council.
The
you
Jedi
got-
are like a group of people, but they're underneath like a certain like empire, right?
No, not to mind. Look, they're far more knowledgeable. I'll give my
Yeah.
Dan. Hey, shout out to Dan. I'll get Dan in here to school me on. I'm sure I've said 18 things already that probably piss him
Yeah.
off. Like that's not what the fuck it is.
Yeah, because I know that the Jedis are like a group of skilled or talented people, right?
I think they're just called Jedis, dude. I don't know.
The Jedis fight for the good side, right?
You mean the rebellion?
The rebellion.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
I forget why I'm trying to make that distinction. I forget where I was going with this, but
Yeah,
anyway,
me too.
Here, this would have been an opportunity to tell like a story that's much different than what's been told.
Yeah.
But I do still think there's, we're still early on in the series. There's still much more.
We're
to
still
tell.
early on, but you get shows like I remember watching. Look, we watched the first 5 minutes of Breaking Bad. We knew what the fuck we were in for.
Yeah.
Whoa, we're in some crazy shit here. I'm not saying you give us that, but give me something in the first 4 fucking. You've got 4 episodes worth my attention.
No, I think the first
Give me
5-10
something.
minutes of The Mandalorian where like he walks into that bar and then that fight scene breaks out.
Here's the thing: that's all based on action. That's not based on plot. I'm talking about like, give me something within the plot that's like, whoa, this is this. Look, as maybe and this is what we call the podcast. It just hits you different. Like nothing in here has really hit me different than anything else.
That's where I have to agree. I do think for me this plot is very interesting because it's like this lone soldier, this lone Mandalorian, right? Who like I'm starting to wonder and really wonder like why he's so intent on like taking these missions and taking these jobs. Like it's not just that he's a bounty hunter. He's like running from something.
Yeah,
right?
we get the flashbacks to when he's a kid, and I'm sure we'll have something that ties into that. Yada yada. But I think that's like a typical like look. We have Han Solo. We have I don't know, somebody else from the fucking Star Wars universe. Like it's just like this recurring story of like these loners who are like, oh, they're forced not to be loners and they're forced to be team players, but they're still kind of loners at heart. And it's just like, come on, I've seen this before. Like, and then look, I actually like what I'm seeing. All I'm saying is, yo, just hit me with something different. So I'm like, at any moment I can be ready for something crazy to happen. And right now I'm not. Right now I'm just like, we're just matriculating along, and it's like the difference between a West Coast offense and like a run and gun shoot 'em offense, right?
Yeah.
The run and gun shoot 'em, that's exciting. I don't know what's going to happen on any play. Fucking what's his name? Mahomes can just bomb it downfield and like run some crazy shit.
Yeah.
West Coast, I'm going to dump it off here to my running back. You might win the game, but it's kind of going to be boring a little bit. It's going to be mundane. You know?
I get that. So far, I think the story is moving at a good speed.
Okay.
I like the character. I like the other characters I've been introduced to, both Baby Yoda and Gina Carano's character. I think that what's coming is going to continue to enrich the story that's already been being told.
Yeah. Okay.
What if the Mandalorian is gay? I think that might be a thing, right? Because the woman in the village was clearly, trying to throw it at him, and then he didn't bust it down. So there might be something there.
Because he didn't want to take off the mask.
That would be very interesting.
You got to respect the mask. Okay, let's jump into characters. Who do we think is kind of like the MVP? Who do we think is the runner-up, or whatever the case is?
I mean,
and I think you kind of just talked
I think this is pretty easy toss-up for me. What Pedro Pascal has managed to do as the Mandalorian is be a character that
I can't see the dude's eyes, but I know what's going on with him.
Yeah, you can't see his face. All you can hear is his voice, and then like his mannerisms and like the way he carries the character, right? Obviously there are like a lot of intense fight scenes, and he sells that, right? He's not like this, incredible warrior, but he's someone who gets it done every time, right? So like slowly but surely you like him, he has a story. He's definitely my he's my winner. Runner up, Baby Yoda. I'm kidding. Runner up was in episode, I believe it was episode 2. We were introduced to the robot.
And that was still one. Are you talking about like that?
One?
Are you talking about the one that he ended up having to dust off?
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's Alpha Tower. I want to say that. Yeah.
Nope. The actual robot.
Fair enough.
Remember?
No, I know the robot you're talking about. I don't know what the robot's name was.
Yeah, neither do I.
IG-11?
Probably.
Oh, it probably was, because that was apparently voiced by Taika Waititi, which he always does some weird, quirky shit. Like he plays Korg in Thor. So I think that is the character.
Okay. Yep. I see that here. Taika Waititi. I think that character it's very interesting. Star Wars has a knack for being able to create fake or robotic characters that have somewhat of a personality of their own. We know R2D2. We know C3PO. I think here was another introduction, and I think this character is going to come back.
Yeah.
Here's another introduction of a character that's like has somewhat of a human element and a personality that you can, identify with, and you want to see this character succeed. You want to see their story continue to build and grow and and become enriched. Yeah. And I also like Gina Carano's character. I think she's going to be a notable sidekick or a partner for the Mandalorian.
Yeah. I would say, hands down, my MVP would have to be Pedro Pascal. He's done a lot with a little. He reminds me of Tom Hardy with like in Bane or with Bane, where you're given a goddamn mask here and you're asked to create like an entire character with his mask on your face. It's tough to do. Pascal's taken it to the next level with his entire face being covered and still being able to drive home emotions and those type of things, which is not an easy task. But my runner-up is very interesting. I have the character of Quill, Kuiil, or however you pronounce that. Quile? I don't know. But it is voiced by Nick Nolte, this character. The reason why is just simply for one line. I have spoken.
That was Nick Nolte.
Yeah. So I just fucking I don't know why I love that so much. Every time he would fucking finish what he was saying, he'd be like, I have spoken. And then just bounce. Like, I just love it.
And it's hard not to love Nick Nolte. He has a very unique voice, right? Like there are people who, and not like a voice you're ever going to hear in like a Disney movie, but a very strong voice still.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like I think, the people who come to mind when I think of like really interesting, unique voices, like Jason Statham, right? Nick Nolte, who's the, what's her name? Female actress, Zooey Deschanel.
Okay.
Very like unique voices that have like a texture to it that plays well for voice acting, especially in like more adult movies, not necessarily like Disney films.
Yeah.
Even though Zooey Deschanel was in Pets and Pets 2.
Yeah. Okay, and I should have mentioned this at the beginning. Some of the directors, obviously Jon Favreau is the creator of the show, but some of the directors as well as writers are, of course, George Lucas, Rick Fumu.
You got it. You got it.
Fumiiwa, Dave Filoni, Christopher Yost, and then some of the directors of the Mandalorian's episodes. I don't know specifically what episodes, although I do know Bryce Dallas Howard actually directed that last episode 4. She directed, because I noticed it in the credits. I was like, oh shit, Bryce Dallas Howard directed this.
Who the fuck is that?
She's the counterpart to Chris Pratt in Jurassic World. She was in. You haven't watched. She played Gwen Stacy in like Sam Raimi's Spider-Man.
Didn't see it.
Jesus, dude.
Yeah, dude, I don't watch movies.
Apparently. Welcome to the podcast. No, but she directed one of the, but additionally, you have Deborah Cho, Rick Fumiyawa, however you pronounce that dude's name, Dave Filoni, as well as Taika Waititi. I don't even know if that's how you pronounce his name, but anyways, they all directed episodes, at least one episode of the series so far. And then also we have, as far as casting credit, we have Sarah Finn, who is the casting by credit, and jumping into the cinematography, we have Barry Baz Adon, as well as Greg Fraser, who handle the cinematography duties on the show. And speaking of which, let's talk about that real quick. The cinematography, gorgeous.
Yeah, I mean,
hands down.
It's nothing short, and I imagine the budget for
15 million
this show
per episode.
Per episode?
Per ep. I just told you that Ex Machina had a budget of 15 million for the entire fucking movie.
15 mil per show
episode.
I mean, per episode.
Yeah, if this bombed,
they work with some good numbers.
If this bombed,
yeah. Now, Disney has the money.
I know,
but
like they just wiped their ass with 15
but
million.
But $15 million per episode budget gives you the flexibility.
Could you imagine writing that episode or directing that episode?
It's like, how much money did we got? What? Bring
is that craft services?
Yeah, bring more of that. More. And it's like,
you're not even pointing to anything. Yeah. You're just, are you pointing to the sky? Like, more of that.
More of it. And then you're like, why am I eating this fucking sub? Can we get some fucking steaks on set? Some lobster?
Bring in the flank steaks. Bring them in.
Is that Chilean sea bass? I'll have some of that. But yeah, I mean, that gives you a lot of room to make every scene visually stunning, right? Yeah. Without compromise. You have the money to make stunning, beautiful visuals without compromising like the writing and the story.
Yeah.
But yeah, cinematography is beautiful.
It's just gorgeous, man.
The thing that stands out the most to me, again, very on track with like what you expect from Star Wars, but the costume design. Especially for the Mandalorian, and you get to see his costume continue to.
Yeah, dude was looking fresh.
Yeah, he got the new shit.
Yeah. He got that from Zora. He got that from Zora Online.
Zara,
is that what this thing's called?
Yeah, you could have went with a better retailer.
What retailer could I?
You got that like Supreme shit.
Supreme.
On.
Okay. My dude came out there with the fucking with the new line, Adidas.
I wouldn't be surprised if Supreme drops like a Mandalorian collection or something like that.
They should. I feel like they're missing out on an
what
opportunity.
Supreme does is they just take what's hot and then they slap the Supreme logo on it. That's really all they have to do because their brand is so recognizable.
They're essentially the Trump.
Yeah,
the Trump of fucking clothing.
Yeah. I mean, and Virgil Abloh's doing the same thing. You just put that off-white on anything.
Oh, yeah. And it's hot.
Have you seen the footage of when he dropped his IKEA collection?
No.
Oh my God. So there's video of like them open up the IKEA store and people are
rushing in,
running through the IKEA store
Yeah.
to get like the Virgil Abloh
Sounds like
welcome
Americans.
rug.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
this was over in Europe.
Sounds like Europeans. All right, let's jump into the last category, which is the music. I think we don't even have to spend long on this, but of course the music by credit is Ludwig Göransson. That Mandalorian theme song is haunting. I love it. I'm so into it.
The theme song is fantastic.
Fantastic. Can't really speak to anything else. I think everything else is kind of standard fare, but that fucking theme song is the shit.
I do love the sound that they use throughout the movie, which is like, you know, it's not necessarily music per se. It really is just like sound effects, right? But
but that's like with Star Wars overall.
Yeah.
So it's like it's hard to gauge.
It's on par, right? It's tracking with like what we're used to, but it still it gives like a texture to the film.
Yeah.
Where it's like, you know, like this is sci-fi. This is not based on Earth. And the sound is just good.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. I'm not hearing a lot of music. It's just great use of sound in certain scenes. And again, the sound or the score.
Yeah.
No. I'm sorry. His
or the theme song.
The theme song.
For the
fantastic.
Mandalorian. Yeah. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're done with episodes 2 through 4 of the Mandalorian. We might do some more depending on. What we decide and when those episodes actually come out. I don't even know when the fuck they come out. They just come out
every Friday. So the next episode is coming out this Friday, December 6th.
Fair enough. So we'll take a gander at that once it comes back out. With that being said, this is another fantastic fucking episode.